Hey, how's it going everyone? This video is a Visage Rakan's chapter walkthrough. This is the new chapter that got added to the game with the full release. I'm going to show you how to start the chapter and how to beat the whole thing in around 45 minutes or so. It's a little bit easier than the other chapters if you ask me, but still, I wanted to make this guide before I make some others. I'm also going to be making a how to get the mirrored mask guide, and I'll also make a guide that just covers everything in the game more or less, and that'll be coming very soon. Thank you all very much for checking out the video. If you're looking for the other chapters, I've got those in the description. If you're stuck with Lucy or Dolores, you can go and check those out on my channel also. Again, thank you all for tuning in. Let's get this going. Right, so I'm going to skip this intro cutscene to begin the game. You can watch it if you like. It's a bit brutal, but we're just going to gloss right over that and move on to Rakan's chapter. I wanted to start a new save for this because the way this game works, you can kind of play the chapters in any order. Although if you've already played the other two chapters and you want to go ahead and do this one, you can just follow along from when I pick up the item that starts the chapter. But there's probably going to be some people who do find this chapter first, perhaps, so I wanted to start fresh, just so that this guide can help everybody. So you're going to limp out of this room here, and the phone's going to start ringing. You don't have to answer that. It's got nothing to do with activating anything in the house for now. It's kind of related to collectibles, but we'll cover that another time. So when you come down here, you're going to get a message about Sanity and how it works. If you're unsure on how Sanity and paranormal events work, basically, if you stand in the dark for too long, your Sanity meter will decrease. In the bottom left, you'll see sort of a red blood stain with a brain in it. The more solid the brain is, the more insane you are going. If you witness a paranormal event like a door slamming or opening, then it's going to affect your Sanity meter. And also standing in the dark for too long will affect your Sanity meter. Pick up the crutch. It's in the main hallway next to the stairs, and that'll start Rakan's chapter. And you want to walk into the living room and interact with the wheelchair that spawns in there, and that'll get this chapter going. We don't have any items at the moment, no lighters, no pills. I'll go and grab a lighter and some pills shortly, so you guys have something in case you do get into a bit of a rough spot. In my opinion, this chapter's a little bit easier than the others. It's not that hard to figure out. Dolores, in my opinion, is the hardest chapter to figure out. If you're looking for guides for that, or the Lucy chapter, I've got them up on my channel. I'll link them in the description for anybody who would like to either just watch them or run through them again. If you've played them before and you've come back to this game, it deletes your saves on the new version. On the full version, your save has been deleted. So if you just want to quickly run through those chapters as fast as possible, I've got those up on my channel, and it takes about an hour and a half to get through both chapters with all of the collectibles and stuff. Kind of helpful if you just want to catch up. So we're going to open these doors that lead to the kitchen, and you can't walk in here just yet. You've got to sort of watch this little scene with Rakan and let it play out. There's a few of these we need to watch. So when he's done, he'll disappear, and then you can walk into the kitchen, and you want to go right, you'll get another scene.
What the hell is wrong with this radio? What? What the fuck is this? Oh, it better not be what I think it is! What is this? Who the fuck are you?
Okay, and then we're going to move forward. He's an angry man. Just go through the door at the end of the corridor. Right here. And head on in. And you'll get another scene.
Little fucks. Where the hell did they come here and put all these things? I need to find every last one of them. Okay, where would I put them? Is this? There you are, little piece of crap.
You think you can get me that easily, huh? Nice try, you fucks! What the fuck do you want, huh? I'm right here!
Those little fucks. You think you can find one of me?
Okay, and then we're going to swing a right. Head back down this corridor. And back towards the front door.
Don't you fucking move, I swear to God! Stop right there!
dear.
What? Ah! Please! Stop! No! Please! Leave me alone!
Oh, he's freaking out. And then we're going to gain control once again. And then we need to head up the stairs here. That's to our right. And you can turn on the light if you like. That's next to the bathroom. I just walked past it, but remember what I said about standing in the dark? It's a good idea when you enter rooms in the house just to turn on lights to keep your sanity meter in check. Over here on the dresser you can find a lighter. I've only come in here to grab a couple of items to keep us alive. And there's some pills on the shelf as well. If there's no pills here, they're a little bit RNG sometimes. Go into the bathroom and there should be some on the counter in there. But there should be some pills in this room somewhere for you. They can move positions sometimes, but you should be fine. Approach this door that's next to the bathroom, interact with the eye, turn around, and then click on the picture that's on the wall opposite it that will appear. And that will get rid of the eye, and you can enter the room. And then we're going to come in here and sit in the wheelchair again. And that'll activate another cutscene. More cutscene coming up.
Dr. Smith? Dr. Smith?
Yes, sorry, I'm with you.
I have the information you requested concerning the patient that came in tonight. He claims that someone broke into his house and tried to strangle him, and that he used his firearm in an attempt to defend himself. What's weird is that there's nothing in the police report that indicates any break-in. There are some minor bruises on his body, but they all seem self-inflicted. The police also interrogated the neighbor who called the police. She claims to have seen him tossing books from his bookshelves frantically, seemingly searching for something.
And what was he searching for?
It's hard to tell. He refuses to answer most of our questions, claiming we already know the answers. He believes we're partly responsible for what happened. It's not really surprising. I took a look at his medical background, and he's had really bad cases of...
Scopophobia.
Exactly.
Thanks, Tim. I'll go and see him right away.
Of course. He'll be in the transit wing, room 323 until further notice. He seems agitated, so be careful.
Thanks, Tim. Duly noted.
Right. So eventually you'll gain control after those cutscenes. And we're going to stand up out of the bed. And when you're done getting up, it's taking a sweet time, you want to head towards the door with the exit sign and open it up. It's kind of hard to tell which way the doors open sometimes, but we're going to head to the end of the corridor, swing a left.
323. Code white in room 323.
You might want to remember where that room that said meeting room 3F is. We need to go back there in a minute. You can run down that corridor that I just looked down to get here a little bit quicker, but I wanted to take the longer way to show you guys where that room was. When you reach this door that's cracked open it up, and you can find a key inside. This is the first key item that we've picked up, so we get a little explanation about key items. And then we're going to continue, head in the way we were already going, and then take a left to get to room 323. Now we're going to use the key to open the door, and then come in here and interact with the broken wall. You can hear this commotion sort of going on in the background, but we're not going to pay attention to that. You have to watch a small cutscene and then you'll gain control again. Back out the door and back the way we came, which is right out of the door, and then right again when you reach the end of the corridor. Keep following back past that door we just went through a second ago, and you'll reach an area where a door will open to your left. I believe it's the woman's bathroom. It's this door. And when that opens, head on into the back and you can find a crowbar in the stool at the back of this area. Grab that and then head out back to where we just were at room 23. So that's right out of the door. Sorry, room 323, not 23. Keep following the hallway and left when you get to about here. Back into room 323 and use the crowbar on the wall to gain access to this next room. Like I said, I feel like this chapter is a lot easier than the other ones they've done before. There is, it's not really a chapter, but there is kind of a bunch of stuff you have to do in the house to get the mirrored mask. And that's pretty difficult. I feel like that's way more difficult to figure out than this chapter was. And I will be doing a video for that as well. We spent some time doing it on stream. So to your left is a key, and we're going to grab that. And that's for the meeting room 3F. And we're going to unlock this door, come out of the door, and we want to go right. I was walking here in case I got jumped, but you don't get jumped here. You kind of want to be careful leaving rooms sometimes on this chapter. I think when you reach that point in the corridor and head right, Rakan spawns and he's chasing you. Maybe, I didn't look behind me, so I don't know. It's a good idea just to run. You can run much faster in these sections. But we're going to head to that meeting room 3F, which is basically a bunch of right turns. If you were following along with me, I know the corridors can be a little bit confusing in this one because there's so many of them. He's going to break the handle off the door. Which is actually kind of crazy that someone could do that. And he laughs at you. Not cool. So when you're in here, you want to follow the corridor around and pick up the flashlight and the key that are on the table in front of you. And then walk into the table and it'll move out of the way of where you need to go. So do that and then you can open the door that it was blocking, and we're going to go right out of the door. And I thought we were going through that door, but we're not. We're going to keep following the corridor, and it's the one at the end. And we're going to open up the door, walk through, and we're going through the door labelled exit and taking it right out of there, and we're back in the same area we were just in. And then we're going to go left when we get to here. We're going to go past the bathrooms again that we just went into to get the crowbar. Keep following the corridor, and we're back by like the nurse's station. We get a creepy wheelchair right there, and if you head to the end here, you can unlock this door now. And we need to jump out of this window, but we're going to see Rakan do it first, and then we can go and interact with it. And jump out of the window. Like I said, this chapter isn't really that difficult. It can be a little bit confusing when you're in the hospital and you've got to figure out where you're going. But a lot of the time when you've got to do that, you're not really in any danger. Okay. So, getting pushed out of the window is never fun. And my sanity's going a bit crazy here. I'm not sure if I took some pills. But you might want to, if that brain in the bottom left is showing quite, or if it's quite solid. So when you stand up, you want to, I think, turn right to go into the house. It's that way, yeah. And you're following the vines on the floor here. That's kind of how you know where you're going. And you got to go down to the basement. So when you get down here, when you approach this door with the eyes on it, the lights will go out. And Rakan can spawn here. He didn't for me, I got kind of lucky, but just be careful. The first eye you want to get is to the right in the freezer room, right here. And the second one is down this way in the basement area. If you haven't realized, this is the house just covered in black vines basically, but the other eye you want to get is over here in the back corner where the mannequins are. Okay, so yeah, I really should have taken some pills. Like I said, Rakan can spawn here and chase you. If he does, kind of loop him around the square area that I'm next to right now. It's sort of a left turn right here before the door, and eventually he'll disappear. Those two eyes always spawn in the in the same place. Even though I feel like it would have been a cool touch if they spawned in different places every time you play this. Give it a little bit of RNG spice, but it seems like they always spawn in the same place. So nice and easy. Right. Lots of fun. So, after that little cutscene, we're going to appear back in the hospital. This chapter isn't really that long once you know where you're going. You're talking about 45 minutes or so. Let's stand up here out of the bed again. I'm going to head through the same door we did originally. Take a right out of the door and you're going to see this guy standing here. Won't let you approach him. You'll kind of get stuck on an invisible wall. But we're going to wait for him to run away. And then we're going to go after him. And once you get down here, I think you want to take a right. You'll see a bunch of people standing here. It's kind of creepy. You want to crouch here and you can sprint crouch through these people. I think the deal here is you can't touch them. But if you crouch and sprint, you'll be just fine. You won't get grabbed. There's a key next to the elevator and you want to grab that, turn around, and then run down the hallway that's opposite you. All these guys are going to start chasing you, which is not a lot of fun. We're going to keep going until you get to the door with the red light. It says exit above it, and use the key on the door, interact with the door, and we're through. And we're going to follow this staircase down now. All the way down. Don't worry about that first door. And we're going to go into here. So I think I was checking a few doors in this area. We don't want to go left here. We want to go straight down the corridor that's opposite us. When this game auto-saves, you kind of get a bit of lag. And that's why you can see it skipping here and there for me. It's not really anything I can do about it, but it seems to be connected to the game's autosave. I'm going to follow this corridor around. I think I was checking a few doors here because there's a collectible in this area. You don't need to go into this room, but it's one of the few that are actually open. You just want to keep following the corridor around. And in one of these rooms, there is a tape recorder that's connected to an achievement. And this is a missable achievement, so you're probably going to want to get it. I don't think you have to get it. I'm pretty sure that's missable, but it's opposite the black stained door, and you follow the footprints. And then once you're done with that, we're going to go back into the hallway we were already following and continue following it round. We're basically just going around in a big loop. And you want to go into the administration office? So if you've reached this point and you haven't got that tape recorder, you might want to go back and get it. When you come out of that room, go left, because Rakan's going to spawn on you right, and if you head right, you'll run into him and he'll kill you. And then we're going to go to this door and burst through it. And there's another door that's directly opposite this one, and that's what we're going to head to, so we're just going to head around and get to that door to get back inside. And I think Rakan spawned again on your left. So let's open up the door. Here he comes. We're just going to go right and keep following the corridor around. I think I might have looked back at him here. Maybe. Nope. Maybe not then. We're going to go to this door right here on the left around those shelves. And that'll allow us to escape. You have to use the key there, so be quick on opening up your inventory and using that key that we just got. When you get in here, those lights are going to go out when they come back on. Go down the stairs, grab the flashlight that's on the stairs, and we're going to come down here and go left. And it's not a huge amount we need to do here, we just need to open this door. And then go to the left when you're in this locker room and grab the key that's on the chair to the control room. Open up this door, and you actually want to go right out of that door. I took a wrong turn here. But you can hear footsteps that run out and open that door, and it's pretty much out of the door we just came through and straight right, and this door will be open now. And you can jump up into the wall here. And we're going to follow this path around. I think I got stuck here for a second. It wouldn't let me continue walking, so I had to like back up a bit and try again, and eventually it let me through. I took the long way here. If you see this curtain that I'm next to right now, you kind of just want to go behind that curtain, and that's where you've got to go straight away. I think I ended up just walking around in a big circle looking for that curtain without realizing that I was right next to it. This chapter's a bit new, so it's a bit sketchy in my mind, but well, I mean, it doesn't matter anyway. We get there all the same. You're not in any danger in this place, so it doesn't really matter. But if you head down here around this curtain and open up this door with the key we just got, you can follow this corridor through, and you can get a quick glance of Rakan standing there if you look carefully through that window I just looked through. Through this door, follow this corridor around, and press the button that's in this room. And then we're going to go back the way we just came into this room. All you're doing is cutting out the power to the dryers. Ignore the jump scares. Back to where we came in. And we're going to follow the corridor to the left of the curtain that we just went through, and then left again at the end of it. And there's a door here you can open that leads back to the area we were just in. So open that up, and we're going to come in here. And I think you want to go through this door that's, yeah, directly to the right of that door as you come through. I almost walked past it, but I came back, and just directly to the right of the door that you come through right there to get back into the original area. We're going to follow the corridor around and into this area, and you can find the dryers here, and we're going to go up to the one with the green light on it, open it up, grab the magnetic card, and now we need to go and use this on the elevator. Originally I thought this was in the area we just came from, which is back here on the left, but you just need to follow the corridor around and you'll find the elevator. Okay, you come out of that door with the dryers, take a left and then a right, and then around here to the elevator. And there's a bunch of bodies on it. We need to drag these bodies off the elevator. So just click and drag them off. When you drag one off, Rakan's going to spawn up. And you just want to run over here, turn off your flashlight, and just wait for a second. As soon as you hear the music, run to the right, and he'll come over to where you've just dragged the body off. And he'll kind of look around a little bit. A lot of the time he comes towards you. But he won't spot you. He'll just sort of start walking towards you. Wait till he gets a little bit closer, and then we're going to keep following the hallway around, and he'll disappear, allowing us to pull the rest of the bodies off. He was kind of turning around quite a bit here, and wasn't really sure what he was doing, but once he gets a little bit closer away from the elevator, just follow the corridor around in a circle, and then go back to the elevator, and he's going to be gone, allowing you to pull all of the bodies off the elevator so you can use it. It takes a minute. How many bodies are there? 6? It's not really a lot, is it? 6 people in an elevator. You'd think that the capacity wouldn't be overloaded. Now, I'm not sure if you can use this before you've unloaded all of the bodies. I took them all off here, but maybe you can just take off a couple and it'll work. It could be a possibility, but I just dragged them all off, left a nice little pile out front of the elevator, and there we go. It's kind of a shitty elevator, isn't it, if you can only put 2 bodies on it before it's overweight. Either way, we're done. Okay, so when the elevator opens here, you're going to have a bunch of people standing outside it. And again, you just want to crouch and move through them. So this section, in my opinion, is the hardest part of this chapter. You want to move fast, so continuously sprint straight. And it's easy to get caught here because you've got to get around a couple of these guys that are shambling the hallways. And you actually want to go left when you reach that black mess there, and keep following the hallway around. When you get to this point, you're going to have one of these guys shuffling towards you, so swing a right and open up this door, and you want to kind of wait in this room for a couple of seconds if you can, to try and lure him in a little bit. And then when we come out of the other end of this room, you're going to have another one of these guys coming towards you, and you need to kind of use this room here to your advantage. You can get caught up and one of them can be in the room and mess you up, which is kind of annoying. But I use this hallway here where it's a little bit wider to give her the jukes and get around her. And God knows where that other one came from. I really don't know where that other one came from. But I managed just to run around her as well. That last part of that corridor, in my opinion, is the hardest part of this section. If you do get caught and you die, I wouldn't worry about it too much, because you're just going to spawn at the elevator again. So you'll have plenty of opportunity just to get around them if you just try it a few times. Using that room and that wider section of the hallway to your advantage definitely helped me out. So when you come into this room, you want to look in the mirror and keep looking at the TV and then looking back at the mirror at the TV, and eventually this room will change. And then this will happen. And after you've gone through that little scene, I think you need to turn around here. I'm pretty sure I was standing here for a few seconds like, what's going on? What am I waiting for? But you need to turn around. And the door is just behind you. I can kind of hear the music right here. I know I was standing here for a lot longer than I needed to. But you just want to turn around and continue. The door has spawned behind you. But I was kind of like, is this going to load? And I forgot that if you just spin it around, you can find the door. Yeah, there we go. Right, so we're back in the house. We've got another one of these sections with the vines all over the house, and you've got to find the eyeballs and all that stuff. Keep an eye on your sanity. You've got pills from earlier on if you do need them. I don't think I've actually used any yet. We're going to come up the stairs here, and then we'll end up in the main hall, and we're going to go up the stairs again. When you go left here, Rakan's going to spawn behind you, and you want to jump down the hole in the banister here. And you've got to get 3 eyes. Turn around when you reach the bottom to come into the kitchen area if you sort of know the layout of the house. One of the eyes is here, and once you've got that one, we're going to head back this way, and we're going to go up the main stairs right here. One of the eyeballs is in the parents' bedroom, which is a U-turn when you reach the top of the stairs. And over here, get that eye, and the other one is in the bathroom behind the shower curtain. So come in here, open up the shower curtain, and then there's the other eyeball. And now you can get into the son's room, which is right here. And we've got another wheelchair to interact with. One thing that's kind of annoying in this game is in certain sections you can run faster, like in the hospital you can actually sprint quite fast, but when you're in the house you can barely increase your speed when you press the sprint button. It's a very small increase in speed. I'm going to have another creepy scene with these faceless guys right now. Pretty sure we go back to the hospital now. Once you've stood back up, we're gonna head out of here through the exit door again, swing a right, and then a left down this corridor. And then a left again. You're going to have this guy point in the direction we need to go, but you won't be able to move forward. You're kind of stuck on an invisible wall. Follow the direction he points in, which is down this corridor. And there's really not a huge amount left for us to do now. I think we've got about maybe 10, 12 minutes left of this chapter. Open up the door. And you want to go left once you gain control. And then a right, and then go down the corridor with the red light shining. And I think you want to go right here, but I went left and checked the wrong door. Like I said before, this is a new chapter. The route is a little bit sketchy in my mind, but we're going through this door that has the control panel in it. And we're going to click on the number 5, and then we're going to go back the way we came. And I think, you want to go right here at the end of that corridor. Again, I initially went the wrong way, but room number 5 is to the right. As you come
totally
out
lost
of the
it.
corridor.
Leave me alone. Inject him with a tranquilizer.
We're not supposed to be here! You're all
Someone bind him up.
Get his doctor right away! Let me out of here!
Open up the door, grab the key, and then head back out, and we're going back down the same corridor with the red light. And I think now we want to go to this area over here. Open up this door, It's just a left before the room we've already been into. This is the observation room. You can get the flashlight in here also.
Security guards with a knife. You sabotaged the electric panel, leaving the entire ward under lockdown. Such behavior is leaving us questioning your mental stability and health. We are left with no choice but to isolate you from the patients and employees in the psychiatric ward. Treatments are a measure. No! No treatments! You all are the reason why this.
Okay. Spin it around and back out of the door. And we're going to follow... I think we need to follow the corridor back to the main corridor, which is this way. And then you can see footprints on the floor when you get back to here. Follow those footprints. You might need the flashlight here in order to see them. And you can see the footprint's going to troll you and go left then right, but we're going right and then into this bathroom, and then at the end here you can interact with the toilet filled with this weird mess, and you'll get the fuse box handle, I think it is. Gross. Wonder who shit that out. That must have been a painful dump, mate. Alright. So now that we got that, we're gonna head back out the way we came. The electric box handle is kind of delayed in showing up. We're gonna go right when we get out of the bathroom and then open up this door here. Sometimes the doors are a bit dodgy and you can't figure out if they're push or pull doors, but either way, we got through it. We're going to swing a left when we come through that door, follow the footprints again and into this room. Once you come in this room, just turn around and try to leave. This guy is going to jump you. Got a little bit wrecked there. It'll take you a minute to stand back up. But I think now that this has happened, there's a hole in the wall or something you can go through. Grab your flashlight, of course, don't forget that. I had to crouch down to grab it there, but there's your hole in the wall. Through we go. The easiest way to follow this path in the wall is just to look at the floor. If you look forward, it can be kind of confusing, but you're just constantly falling down, so just look down, and it's kind of easy to tell where you're going. Eventually you'll end up in this hallway with chain link fences and a bunch of dudes looking at you. We're going to keep going and interact with the TV at the end. Right. Now that that's done, and the lights are going to turn on here and we'll see Rakan and the big eyeball. It's kind of a little boss fight you have here, which is kind of different for this game, but also cool. We're going to go left and crouch through this hole in the gate here. And stick to your left, follow this all the way back and then turn right here. And in the back right corner, you can find a knife on the bed here, grab that, and then head through the hole in the fence that's to your left. Follow this through, and we're going to use that knife that we just found on the eyeball right here. That's gotta hurt. And then we're going to follow this path that just opened. I had to crouch to get in it. Follow the retinal cord, or whatever this is. The optic nerve, maybe? Keep following this all the way through. Pretty gross little hallway. And open the door once you reach it. Once you get in here, you're going to need to use the electric box handle. And that will be just to your right as you come in here. And there you go. And now we need to make our way to the elevator that's in this area. Right, so I think I may have gone the wrong way here. Yeah, it's actually the door that's to your right as you come out of that door. In all the areas where I took a wrong turn, you weren't really in any danger. I mean, I know they're not. It's minor inconveniences, right? And because this chapter's brand new, I really don't know it as well as I do the other ones. But I was happy with this run. It's still really quick. We need to go to this elevator here that's on the right. And interact with the panel on the inside. Like I said before, this slight wrong turns that I took really didn't slow us down much at all. Like a few seconds, if that. There's probably like a minute, less than a minute's worth of me going the wrong way in this entire run. And we're going to follow the hallway, go directly opposite to the door when you get out of the elevator, and then swing a right. Again, I thought we were going through that door, but we're not. I think the door you want to go through is this one that's open here on your right. But I walked right past it like a dum-dum, thinking it was the door after it. But it's this one.
So,
Here we go.
Rakan, right? I'm here with good news. Based on your behavior and recovery in the past few months, you'll be ready to leave and go home. Sounds good, right? There are just a few technicalities that need to be taken care of, but this will just take a couple days. With everything that happened, I'm sure you'll be very happy to leave this place. Well, I'll get back to you soon.
Okay. So once they disappear, you're going to need to walk into this cabinet to push it out of the way. It's kind of an invisible wall here stopping you from doing that, so you're just going to have to wait until it lets you walk towards it. You do have to push this thing all the way out of the way of the hole. You can't half-arse it and get it halfway and then try and jump through the hole. You really have to just keep pushing it until it's gone. And there we go. And now we can go through here. And I think... I'm not sure. There might be one more thing to do. Either that or this is the end of the chapter. We are very close to the end, though. Again, if you've used this to help you get through anything, or if you just sat here to enjoy it, thank you very much. I appreciate you watching. If you want the other chapters, they're also on my channel. I've got more Visage content coming soon. I'm really trying to focus on making these guides these days.
I knew it! Oh, they're in big trouble now! With everything I know, I'll definitely take them down! You hear me, fuckers? I'm on to you! Hey, what are you doing? Who sent you? Wait! No!
Okay. So, you're going to hear Rakan screaming. He's not a happy man. And eventually, you'll see the light turn on in the room. And you'll see a a door with an eye on it. It'll take a minute. He's having a good scream. He's having a great time in the darkness, obviously. Here it is. And I was looking behind me here to try and get the eye, because basically the door spawns behind you, and I was sort of turning around. That's kind of the way these things work. You look away and then look back, but I think you need to approach the mirror and pretty much stick your face into the mirror, and then when you turn around, it will spawn. And there's your progress item. And that's it for Rakan's chapter. When you're done grabbing this, you just need to turn around. There's a hole in the floor and you'll be back in the main house. One thing to mention is, to get the mirrored mask, you're going to need to get all of the tapes, these videotapes, to kind of give hints as to what you've got to do. And for beating the chapters, you get another tape spawn in the house. There's 4 already in the house, and there's 3 that spawn for completing the other chapters. So you're not going to be able to do the mirrored mask until you've beaten the other 3 chapters. You can do some stuff towards it, but you can't do all of the sections until you've beaten the 3 other chapters. So if you need help with those chapters, like I said, they're on my channel. There's only one missable collectible in Rakan's chapter, and that was the little tape recorder that we went and got. All the lights are off in the house right now because this is a new save. Usually at this point I've already been down here with the other chapters and turned all the lights on. But yeah, let me know if this has helped you out. Like I said, I feel like this chapter's really easy. There's not a lot to it at all. It's very linear as well, so, you know. Also, I wanted to point out, always look at the shelf that I'm looking at right now, because there's an achievement tied to finding this little green alien, and he spawns on that chest. So it might be worth checking that out every time you go past it to see if he's there. He can also spawn on the chest of drawers to the right of the TV in the living room. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I hope this has helped you out. Like I said, other Visage content on my channel. It's in the description. It should also pop up on screen at the end of this video. Have yourself a fantastic day. And until next time, take it easy.